Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. As always, you guys already know that I kill the daily uploads. We've been uploading pretty much daily this entire month, same with last month. So if you guys are pretty much enjoying all the daily uploads and the content so far, definitely leave a like. If you guys are brand new to the channel, definitely subscribe and turn notifications on. Today we are going to be talking about HBAR, no surprise there, but also I do want to talk about another asset that I'm very bullish on, which is QNT, or Quant if you will. This asset's going to be doing incredible things. It's very, I shouldn't say expensive, but it's more expensive than most, especially compared to like HBAR, for an example, right? Because we always look at the difference in terms of, hey, what percentage could I get if I could get 1,000 coins for like, I don't know, $100, for an example, right? And what percentage could I gain on something that I could get like 100 for like $600? Because that's the difference here, right? So let's look into this. First and foremost, we're going to be starting with the HBAR content and then switch over to the QNT content as always. So first and foremost, big shout out to HBAR Tower. Guys already know, love his content. He's always up to date on things. But we see we're talking about the scalability of distributed ledger technologies, or DLTs, and then we see here are the facts overall. So HBAR is ranked among the most at number 1 with 1.3 billion total transactions in actually 1 year, right? This all happened in 1 year. Yeah, it's been building since August 2019, but this all, like all these transactions, if we look at the Dragon network statistics, that's pretty much where these statistics are pulled from, dragonglass.me if you will. We could see that it did 1,300,000,000 or something like that transactions in just 1 year. Now when we compare that to most, like for example, right, Ethereum, in 6 years it did 1.1, almost 1.2 billion total transactions. Binance Smart Chain, in almost 1 year it did 650 million almost, which is pretty good overall. And then we see Bitcoin, 650 million since 2009, so in over like 12 years almost. Algorand, again another one of my holdings, 240 million since 2019. We also see Dogecoin, 76.2 million, Litecoin, 73.6 million, Tezos, 53.5 million, Cardano, 8.8 million, and then Polkadot, 3.9 million. The reason why I laugh when we talk about ADA is because so many people think that ADA is doing better things than HBAR. Listen, we're still promised DApps and we haven't seen them yet, so who knows what's going to happen with ADA. You guys already know I personally do not like ADA's structure or team. I'm not invested in ADA. I'm heavily invested in HBAR. I am also invested in Algorand. I like both projects. I don't have any holdings of Polkadot anymore. I pretty much took all my holdings of Polkadot when it was near its all-time high and threw it into Matic. I was accumulating Matic for so long, under 30 cents, before it really did its massive run. I was buying at under 10 cents at some point in time, which was insane, but hey, it is what it is. We select the projects that we want to hold, and that's pretty much it. No hate towards ADA or Cardano. I just personally don't like the project. It hasn't been having any pretty much updates since like 2017, if you will. So yeah, I'm not too happy with ADA's overall market or project structure, I should say. But we could see that the transactions speak words for HBAR, and it is massive. So yeah, I mean, do with that what you will. We also have another tweet. This is regarding transactions via a credit card or debit card. Now this is a big shout out Barbarian. Also a big shout out to HBAR 1000 for the initial tweet. And we're seeing a typical major credit card might be processing about 2,000 transactions per second on average, with peaks up to over 50,000 transactions per second. HBAR can easily do 50,000 transactions per second on average across 5 continents. Now, we do know that HBAR is currently throttled at 10,000 transactions per second, but it has the potential of doing 100,000 plus, and when sharding is implemented, unlimited transactions plus. I've already mentioned this multiple times, but we also see an HBAR transactions cost a fraction of a cent fixed, or 100% finalized in 3 to 5 seconds, and use just 0.00017 kilowatts an hour of power. No wonder FIS Global World Pay and I I'm sorry whenever I pronounce FPOS. A lot of people tell me that I pronounce it wrong. I apologize, but we see that it's Australia's debit card system, plus 3 major banks are on the HODL Council. Can anybody see where this is going? And we are seeing where this is going. We're seeing the US dollar coming into place, the digital US dollar, if you will, the CBDCs, and we already know that HODL is working with the Federal Reserve in terms of the CBDC. So who knows what is going to happen with this? I just know that at some point in time, HBAR is going to be a massive holding, and a lot of people are going to laugh or cry, if you will, when they see the price pump, because I know a lot of people that are fudding on HBAR at current prices, which is pretty much ridiculous to me, if you will. Now let's talk about QNT. So this is going all the way back to 2019. We actually have the full chart here. This is a massive project that I've been talking about this for some time. I haven't been making any videos on this. I actually don't have a video on QNT at all. So this is my first QNT video. I have talked about it in the past on some videos. I've talked about it, vaguely, but now we're going to be talking about this one for some time, only because I do want to talk to you guys about what it does and what it is. So as you guys can see, ever since this pump back into pretty much February, we've been on just a sideways path. A lot of people say, hey, why isn't HBAR's price moving? Why isn't this price moving, right? We're looking here at a current structure of 115 days of accumulation. We are about to break out into that all-time high. We actually just hit it a little bit. It was nothing too crazy. But this currently all-time high, $65. I did scoop up a ton here on this dip down into the 30s. I actually put my now I know a lot of people will say that this was not a good decision, but I had money in fourth. I had quite a bit of money in fourth that got recently listed on Coinbase Pro. I switched that over to QNT, and I also accumulated more QNT, as I have been for the past couple months. I first heard about it in January. A follower of mine actually told me about it, and then I was like, you know what, we have to look into this. So I looked into it, and I loved every single aspect about it. Bought some at $10 to $15, and I still accumulate until now. So let's talk about QNT and what it is. So first and foremost, over here, some structure or some background to it. We see total supply 14.6 million, very low circulating supply as well at 12 million. So almost the total supply is in circulation. $9.6 million volume in the 24-hour period, which is nothing. $875.9 million fully diluted market cap with a $723.7 million market cap overall. Now, as we look into this, right, we see this, right now, this is a very inflated price up here, but when we look at something like this, compared to, for example, Bitcoin at 21 million total supply, who knows where QNT's price could go? We could see thousands plus. I definitely think that QNT will most likely land at about $1,000 this bull run, depending on where we go, right? Because it all depends on where we go in terms of pretty much Bitcoin and market structure. But we do see that this actually has a lot of listings under it. You guys could buy it on pretty much all of these exchanges: Qcoin, Uniswap, Bittrex, Gate.io, Bithumb, Kyber Network, Bancor Network, IDX. I like Bancor. I do use Bancor a little bit for staking. As you guys already know, I talked about BNT quite a bit. But hey, it is what it is. This is where you can buy it. If anybody needs to know how to buy an asset, this is pretty much where you go. So let's dive into what QNT is doing. So first and foremost, connecting all the world's distributed ledgers for faster, more efficient growth. This is where interoperability comes into play. I mentioned on my Twitter, I said, listen, I know that HBAR is doing incredible things compared to XRP. They will both be utilized. Interoperability is going to be connecting all of these assets together. They will all be utilized in their own significant ways, and I mentioned that multiple times. We see leading the connectivity revolution. Recent years have seen massive advances in distributed ledger technologies such as blockchain, DAG, and Tempo. The result is a significant shift in the way individuals and organizations connect and interact with each other, enabling them to exchange information and assets more securely, simple, and cost effectively. And then we already see QNT is leading the revolution. We've already developed Overledger DLT Gateway, the world's first DLT gateway for enterprise that delivers interoperability across different systems, networks, and DLTs. Now we're building on this platform to help enterprises, governments, and individuals across the globe benefit from the true potential of an incredibly powerful technology. Now, the interesting thing about this, right, because I could go into this and read pretty much all this, we do see connected world-class partners, NVIDIA, AUC Cloud, Hyperledger, Oracle. We also see, a few other, overall partners here. I'm not going to go into too much on this overall, but we do see some big partners, and we can actually see them all here. So we see SIA, Oracle, LAC chain, sorry, Amazon, which is Amazon Web Services, but it's still a piece of Amazon overall, Hyperledger, and there's more. They're not all listed here. I do know at some point in time I did see more individuals that were working with QNT, but it is what it is. They're not all listed there. So we also see Overledger Enterprise drive efficiencies and realize growth with DLT interoperability. So this is the DLT gateway. We do see universal interoperability, enterprise-oriented, fit for the future. You guys could read more into this. I'm not going to make this, an extremely long video talking about this, but so I mean overall, this is to help CBDCs or anything kind of running over a DLT be more secured, but we also see Overledger is fully compliant with the strictest regulatory standards, providing the levels of security and resilience required by international organizations and governments. So this is going to be working with governments and overall pretty much all sorts of stuff in terms of DLTs, including HBAR, XRP, stuff like that. And then we also see here what Overledger can do for your business. And we see, if we read into this, we see enables fast, easy deployment of business solutions, including those who require multi-chain strategies. And then we see Overledger DLT Gateway allows customers to hugely increase the return of their investments in distributed ledger technologies. And we see it pretty much helps DLT-based applications to market faster and at a lower cost. So this could easily scale with HBAR, XRP, etc. And then we also see the network for enterprise secure and easy access to new markets and wider ecosystems. Again, like I said, I'm not going to read too much into this. If you guys do want to do more research, or if you guys want me to do a deep dive, as I always do on this channel, we could do a deep dive into this, but I'm not going to do that in this video overall. We see Overledger Community Network joins the next generation of multi-DLT networks, secure by design, open by nature. Again, this one's going to be massive. Overledger Network delivers value to members 24/7. We also see here, right? Overledger Community Network has been oriented since June 2020 and currently supports Ethereum, XRP, Ledger, Bitcoin, and Hyperledger Fabric. Corda and Quorum DLTs support for major DLTs will be available in 2021. They are working with XRP already. I definitely see them working with HBAR at some point in time, most likely. And then we see Overledger Network, Overledger Community Network. We see how these differ significantly if you guys do want to look more into that. Then we also see CQ assess transactions faster, more easily, and cost effectively. Again, this is where we get into the point where it's going to help a lot of these DLTs save money. We see CQ uses Overledger to compile a full transaction history from all in-scope DLTs, typically Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, but many others are supported. These histories are unspooled into a cloud-based graph database for use by front-end CQ applications, such as CQ Explore, a web-based analysis, visualization, and case management tool designed to be integrated into existing workflows. And this is pretty much telling you guys what it looks like overall. Again, this is huge. And then we see our solutions, so bringing the benefits of DLTs to all solutions for enterprise. We see stablecoins from fiat funds. We see end-to-end DLT access, cryptocurrency payments, distributed ledger networks, DLNs, Overledger for network or Ethereum, companies and developers that want to create apps which use the Ethereum network. How does it work? Why Ethereum? And then we see, this is pretty much gonna help have those low-level costs as well, making it more secure. And then we see Overledger for Ripple. Again, it's kind of the same thing here, but we see why Ripple. Ripple is typically used for cross-border payments and movement of funds. It is also used for other use cases, but it is primarily a financial network. And then Overledger for Bitcoin. Then we see distributed ledger technologies, Corda, Hyperledger Fabric, Hyperledger Basu, And there's more overall with that, but I guess those are the only ones listed for now. Helping creating a secure digital future. Again, this is where we go into enterprise use cases. Like I said, security is going to be the main course of a lot of these projects, especially in the future of the financial system. DOT is going mainstream. DOT is being implemented in almost every industry for a wide range of applications. The result is the DOT market is already valued at $3 billion in 2020 and $39.7 billion by 2025. They're saying it will grow to, which is crazy. And then this is also going to help them scale, right? We see I'm sorry that I went down, but actually I meant to just look at this real quick. So we're seeing that they need to scale it at a maximum rate. So we're seeing, but they are often a major obstacle to operating DLTs at scale. They're going to essentially help with that. So these are the challenges. So we're seeing the need for highly specific and expensive skills. Return on investment is not optimized. No interconnection between systems/DLTs. And then we're seeing the solution. So allow developers to utilize a single mainstream language to build apps for any DLT. Make upgrading or changing DLT types a simple process. Simplify integration between DLTs and API-based systems. Allow individual DLT projects, whatever DLT type they use, to integrate with each other, whether hosted in-house or with DLT AAS providers. Facilitate the creation of applications from different types of DLT data and resources owned by separate organizations. Simplify the establishment of consortia that allows each member to use the DLT type of their choice. Then we see Overledger, the future is already here. Now, we're seeing first, it's important to note that Overledger is not a DLT or a DLT management system. It acts as a DLT gateway and translation service. DLT gateways solve the complexity problem in the DLT world in much the same way that API gateways did when businesses started adopting APIs at scale. Overledger gateways can communicate with each other, creating Overledger networks. Now, like I said, this is going to be used massively in terms of enterprises. We actually see the use cases over here. So facilitating a global ecosystem for digital assets today, the use of DLT to digitize, and tokenize physical and illiquid as assets can unlock new value and trading opportunities, enabling open access to CBDCs. Again, CBDCs, right? Huge key component here, providing new wholesale and retail market participants the same access to commercial banks to central bank digital currencies. And we're seeing unlocking the potential of stablecoin for commercial banks. The emergence of stablecoins such as the JPM coin and Wells Fargo coin has given rise to new and highly efficient methods of tracking and accounting. So we're going to be seeing a lot of use cases join in here, I'm sure, in the future. But for the most part, we are seeing this be already massively adopted. We're seeing it, pretty much scale. CBDCs scale the, global financial market as well. And it already has the partnerships that we were looking for, right? It already has, and if we look at their journey, it already has the partnerships with Ripple and stuff like that. And I think at some point in time, it's going to be partnered with Hedera as well. So this has been pretty much in the works since 2009, as we see. And then we also see why it all began, the solution to a world first. Again, at the end of the day, you guys could read a lot more about this, but for the most part, this is going to be a massive holding for me personally, a very long-term holding as well. Like I said, not all the partners are listed here, but you could see why they're going to be building on the DLT quant network, if you will. So yeah, I definitely think at some point in time this is going to grow at a massive scale. It already is kind of growing at a massive scale, if you will. Here's some more of their technology. This is pretty much a quick rundown of what I read on most of them. Innovative multi-DLT search and analysis tool CQ, Overledger Community Network, an open DLT native network of public DLT networks supporting DLT community participation. Overledger Network Enterprise, an open business network of DLT of public and private networks connected by Overledger gateways. And then Overledger Enterprise, a secure and simple API gateway for all major DLTs. So yeah, I mean, QNT is going to be a massive hold. I hold quite a bit of this, actually. This one is going to be huge, like I said. And don't take my word for it. Just do some research on this and really look into it. If you guys do want me to do a deeper dive into this, I definitely could. I don't mind doing that for you guys at all. Like I said, this is pretty much what I do. So, I mean, I apologize if this video was a little bit longer, but I did want to just do a quick skim over it, if you will, for you guys. But, just let me know what you guys want to see next down in the comments below. If you guys are enjoying the content, definitely like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial, and you guys could also join the Discord down in the description below for free. It's been Nick. Peace out.